Good evening, good evening, good evening. How is everybody doing? How is everyone doing tonight? We are now back on to the shiny hunt for TYRUNT. If you are on TikTok, this is the let me know if all the sounds are good. I think the music might be a little loud, but on everything else, I think it is fine. If it is not, let me know. I will change it. This is the first time going live on all of the platforms. And I have food coming, so I will have to step away once my food gets here. But we'll be right back to hunting TYRUNT. Last night we did end up messing up the TYRUNT, so it did make it a problem. But finally got all the fossils again. Took a lot, and I mean a lot of money. But we got it, so now we get to go ahead and start running it again, which is amazing. We are doing 30 at a time. So that is a huge plus. Pretty sure my mouse just died. But we are doing 30 at a time, so we can do this as efficient as possible. It is easier to do 30 at a time doing a box. So we'll be doing 30 increments. We're already at 1150. That's what we ended up with last night. So it's actually a big plus. Now we get to go ahead and just start grinding away and turning these in. This is faster with a turbo controller. If you don't know about the fossils in Legends Z-A, it is full odds. So 4,096. They do not get affected by the shiny charm. So it makes it a very long hunt. We already got the Omora this way. And it's a 1 in 100 chance for an alpha. So getting those to line up is actually going to be very difficult to get an alpha. But right now we are just going for the shiny, and hopefully we can pull it. But we get to sit back, relax, and just get some encounters done. Oh, there we go. And hopefully everything goes pretty good. Yeah, if any of the volumes are off or loud, let me know, and I will adjust them. But how is everybody doing it tonight? Everybody ready to sit in for a fossil hunt for TYRUNT? Since TYRUNT is a great fossil shiny being all blue, and then going into Tyrantrum, which is also all blue. So it's a great shiny. Great shiny. Amazing shiny, honestly. It's one of the better fossil shinies in my opinion. Which, honestly, the fossil Pokemon shinies don't really miss. They all are very good. You have Omora, which is all white. Beautiful shiny. You have TYRUNT, blue. Amazing shiny. I love Shieldon and Kyrandos' shinies. They are on the lower end, but they still are better than Kabutos. So, not that bad. The worst shiny for the fossils is the Aerodactyl, which is going to be the last fossil we need for this game. But it does have a Mega, so it kind of makes up for having a bad shiny, being the only fossil with a Mega form. And if you haven't been paying attention today, they released new information for the DLC, which is really exciting. Lucario is getting a new Mega, another Mega form. Mega Lucario Z, and it's looking to be stronger than its original Mega. The Z looks like there's going to be a Z line of Megas that will be a lot stronger than their normal forms. So it looks like these normal forms are going to be outclassed by their Z forms, but I don't think they're going to be able to last as long in the Mega form. Like, be Mega'd as long as their normal form, which kind of makes sense if they are putting out more power. On top of that, we did finally get Mewtwo into the game via internet gift. So that's actually really nice. We get Mewtwo X and Y now available, which is actually an insanely strong Pokemon, and you can already use it on the ranked ladder. If you don't have, or if you didn't know, you can already use it on the ranked ladder, which, I mean, Mega Mewtwo Y is extremely strong. It's insane how powerful that Pokemon is. Having a base stat of special attack at a 3, I believe it's a max of 353 at level 50. So honestly, very, 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 very dangerous if you are running into it. You still have to watch out for Xerneas, though. I guarantee Xerneas is going to start covering for you with Mega Horn or something along those lines. So not that bad. Not that bad at all. Hopefully, though, hopefully it gets better. Or hopefully Xerneas can actually get nerfed a little bit, so it's not as strong. If it's not as strong, that would be a huge, huge plus. A huge plus. Since it is just that strong, in all honesty. But we get to go ahead and hunt this. Hopefully they bring more megas into... Obviously they're going to be bringing more megas, but I'm hoping they bring more legendary megas in the DLC. And I want to see what other Z megas we are getting. There's been talk about us getting a Z form of Garchomp, which is quite interesting. That would be a very, very strong Pokemon to actually go against. Or actually obtain. So that'll be interesting. I'm wondering if it's going to be adding to its flying, because most Garchomps have a flying animation. They tend to fly. They get up off the ground and fly. Even though it's not a flying type, it is a dragon type. So seeing it do that would be very interesting. Very, very interesting. But we will have to wait and see what other megas. I'm hoping there's been leaks about more ice types getting new mega forms. Really hoping that is actually true, because I love the ice type and I think they get overshadowed a lot. So giving them a new mega would be honestly top tier. Giving them some love in the mega form is always worth it. Always worth it. But do we think the Mega Mewtwo or Mega Lucario Z are actually good? I think the Mega Lucario is very interesting to have. I understand it's like the very first Mega, or like the staple Pokemon for Megas. So having it is very interesting. I'm not sure about anything else. Like Mega Mewtwo Y, extremely, extremely strong. Not sure why they would go the Z route. They already do the X and Y with Charizard. Charizard has X and Y. Raichu now has X and Y within the new DLC. So it's just interesting that they're actually deviating off and giving it a Z form. I don't know if that's like infused with Zygarde somehow, so it's stronger than normal, or not. We'll have to wait and see. But that looks to be our first box. And no shiny. No shiny in that box. Bummer, but that is how it goes. That is how it goes. We do have a paused Regigigas hunt in Sword and Shield. That is at 1800. I don't know if this is going to be... I hope this doesn't go past the Regigigas hunt, because that would be kind of insane. But it could. This could go past the Regigigas. Because we are starting near. We are starting to near it. And if that becomes the case, might as well go back for the Regigigas. Hopefully tonight I don't get an autosave where I cannot reset my fossils. I'm hoping that's not the case. Really hoping that's not the case. Hang on, chat. I think my food's here. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. But I will have the cam off while I'm eating. So I will see you guys in a bit while I'm... It's just while I eat. Let's see here. We will still be doing the encounters though. Hopefully we don't get it while I'm eating. Probably no, you don't think we're going to get the shiny? Pata? Welcome to the stream, though. We probably won't. We probably won't. But you never know. We are getting up there in encounters, though. The closer we get to full odds, the better the chance. The closer we get to full odds, the better the chance. That's how I see it. But how are you doing? Have you seen the latest for the Mega Lucario or Mewtwo? Are you excited for the Mega Lucario? Since now we're going the Z route instead of continuing the X and Y? Are you excited about the Mega Lucario Z? Since we're no longer doing X and Y, I guess all Megas are going to be getting a Z variant. A little bit. I think it's going to be a really interesting, since the Z variant is probably going to be a lot stronger, but not be able to be mega as long. But there's another 30. No shiny. Is there a specific mega you would want to see? Maybe one that's already got a mega, or Pokemon from a different generation? That is something you definitely have to think about, because, I mean, there's over 1,000 Pokemon now. New gens and Galarian Pokemon. That would be very interesting. There's been talk about Crabominable, and I'm really, really hoping that does actually happen. I'm a huge fan of Crabominable. What specific Galarian or Alolan forms? It would be very interesting to have a Slowbro, a Galarian Slowbro or Slowking. Is it really a multiverse though? Have we decided that it's a multiverse? I'm not sure. I think Slow King would have a really cool mega. Slowbro is just kind of taken over by a shell or the cloister that's attached. I do think he needs a new mega, another form of a mega. I would have thought Slow King would have a mega since it's another variant. Excuse me. Because they did the whole Glalie Frostlass. Glalie Frostlass is pretty cool. So hopefully Slow King does get one. It would. They could change its stats like they do Raichu X and Y. And I guess most likely now Lucario Z and I guess normal Lucario. Are we just gonna call the old Lucario normal? Because it doesn't really have a X or Y variant. It just got a Z. Because now you can't really say just Mega Lucario. You have to like specify which one you're talking about. It makes that a little bit confusing. Little bit confusing. And I feel like a lot of Pokemon going into this DLC are going to get Z variants. And it's going to be very, very confusing once it's Z variants, normal variants. It's not going to be fun. It's going to be very confusing on how to tell them apart. Very confusing. Hopefully they do a good job, though. Hopefully they do a good job. Because, I mean, in my opinion, the DLC has a lot to compete with. Because that ending for the base game, in my opinion, was top tier. Top tier. Not sure how you beat that. It's not going to be easy, that's for sure. That is for sure. What's up, Nick? Welcome, welcome. No, I do not have shiny Froakie. Do not have shiny Froakie yet. That is a hunt I will have to get to after the fossils. We have been mainly shiny hunting Amora. We were shiny hunting Amora. Now we're doing TYRUNT. And then we will be taking a break and doing some overworld shinies before we start Aerodactyl. Because I'm thinking Aerodactyl might be easier in the DLC. If there's a static alpha spawn. Or has a place to spawn. Because we already saw Aurorus and we saw Aerodactyl in the trailer. So we might take a break from the lab once we get our TYRUNT. The new level system, are you talking about the donuts that are going to be coming in? I think it's going to be tied to the donuts. In all honesty, I think the higher quality donut you make, the more levels you'll gain for a short period of time. And then it'll wear off and then you'll have to do it again. I think it's going to be like the Poffin system back in, I want to say Sinnoh beauty contests, where you had the entire Poffin system with food taste levels, flavor levels, and I think it's going to be a really complicated system on how to actually get them, get the most out of it. But we see now why we're not going to be able to transfer Pokemon out of Legends Z-A. That does give us clarification on that. Because if we could, no other game goes over 100. Those Pokemon seem to be, if we catch them in there, might be over 100. Unless their level drops as well. We will not be able to transfer them out. Will not be able to transfer them out. That is another box. I always hit that button first. There is no shiny. The hunt continues. Which is never a bad thing. No, I'm excited to see the new level system. I'm excited to see how that system works. I'm hoping it's really good. I do think the donuts, though, will give us the ability to get some old legends. I think that's how they're going to implement Primal Primal Kyogre and Groudon and Mega Rayquaza. Latios Latias. I'm just hoping that they don't shiny lock them. Really hoping they don't shiny lock them. Because if they do, that's going to be really annoying. Because they've been locked since Sword and Shield. Yeah, they've been locked since Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield, you could do them in the Dynamax Adventures. Scarlet and Violet had to fix their game. They had a lot of bugs. But if they let all the legends be shiny huntable, it would have made up for a lot. Because it was so quick and easy to reset for them. So quick and easy to reset for them. But sadly, they did not. They locked them behind playing online and then, you know, shiny locked them. So hopefully they change that soon. Yeah, I think after that was... Yeah, probably Kalos. Each game... Yeah. I know Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, you could get Palkia Dialga. I guess you can technically get Arceus as well, but you can't get like all of them in one game. You can't get them in one game to then allow you to go ahead and have them or shiny on them. It's interesting. They're starting to... I feel like they're starting to shiny lock the legendaries, but then let the starters be shiny huntable, or let the starters be shiny locked, and then the legends are shiny huntable. Those two are things that they can never get like on the same page of letting them shiny hunt or not. But then again, I was not one of those people that sat there at the briefcase and reset the entire lifespan of that game to get a shiny starter. Which is actually probably faster now on the Switch 2. Now that I think about it, the load time should be a lot faster. Big brain. Hopefully they change though. Hopefully. We can always hope. We can always hope. I'm okay, bro. I want to get my shiny for myself. Thank you for offering the trade, though. And welcome. How are you? How are you tonight? My favorite shiny. Ooh. My favorite shiny would have to be... It's between Snorlax or Regigigas. Snorlax is a very subtle change depending on what you go with. Regigigas, I'm a huge fan. That's my favorite legendary. I think it's just a great shiny. Going to the purple. And the only reason it's between those two is because the original Charizard shiny is no longer in any game. If the original shiny Charizard was still around, that would be my favorite shiny. But it's no longer the case, so favorite shiny has to change. What's your favorite shiny? Mega Rayquaza. Mega Rayquaza is a beautiful shiny. That is an amazing, amazing shiny. They did not miss when they made that shiny. They knew what they were doing. Honestly, any Pokemon that turns black in their shiny form is a top tier shiny. It's just a great design move. You can't go wrong with it. Even Haxorus, which isn't like an amazing black shiny, still is pretty good. Still is pretty good. If you have that color shiny, you're in a class of your own. You're in a class of your own. Now, is Mega Rayquaza your favorite Mega? Because he may be your favorite shiny, but is he your favorite Mega? Because it could be different. Could be different. Still favorite? So it's your favorite Mega and your favorite shiny. It's a solid choice. It's a very solid choice. It is the Sky God. Great shiny. That is another box down. Still no shiny. So the hunt continues. Not a fan of the regular Rayquaza. Is that just a design wise? You're not a fan of the design of normal form Rayquaza? I mean, Mega Rayquaza is an amazing form. That was an amazing upgrade. Almost like an evolution. Hopefully Rayquaza comes back in the DLC. He should. He is a mega form. He does need more than something just green. He kind of looks... if you want to go with just a green Rayquaza, you could compare him to a Caterpie. A normal Caterpie. Really a, like, souped up Caterpie, but... still, just green. I understand why they went with the colors back in the day. because it kind of had to like match the aesthetics of Kyogre and Groudon for those games, because they were all gems. But nonetheless. Nonetheless. All right, Z-A, welcome. Thank you for hanging out. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. That is another box. And no shiny again. Starting to creep up to that Reggie Gigas number of 1,800. Starting to creep up to that. That looks like it's another box. No shiny. But that is going to do it for tonight. Had a lot to do. I got to be up early tomorrow. So that is going to do it for tonight with the shiny hunt. We're at 1270. We're hitting the 300 mark tomorrow. Hopefully we hit the 400 mark tomorrow. But if you guys did enjoy the stream, thank you for hanging out. Easiest thing to do is like and follow the channel wherever you are, because we are live on TikTok, Kick, and YouTube, wherever you want to watch it. It's just that simple. And I'll catch you guys all tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out.